Hey everyone, good evening. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And this is uh, 21:05 right now in India. Okay, so good evening to everyone. And if you are watching from outside India, do let me know in the comment section. Okay, I will definitely reply to your comment and reach out to you. Okay, so in this video, we are going to discuss what are some of the important tech stack that you as a software engineer should learn in 2026. Okay, and this is something I'm also learning, guys. So whatever I'm going to say in this video is based on my experience, right? The kind of work I'm doing in an organization. Okay. So if you don't know me, my name is Kashif. I'm currently working as a senior software engineer, and I have about 6 years of experience right now. Okay. So, okay, all right. So in this video, we are going to discuss what are some of the important tech stack that you should know as a software engineer. Okay, so if I don't mention your tech stack, it does not mean that it is irrelevant. First thing I will tell you in this video, because if I don't mention your tech stack, it does not mean that it is irrelevant. Because in software engineering also, right, there are a lot of domains uh, that are there, and a lot of work depends on the kind of organization we are working on, the kind of project we are working on. Some of the projects are on legacy code base, so you have to maintain that, right? So if I don't mention your skill, it does not mean that it is irrelevant. Okay, if you feel that whatever you are working on, you are confident, you have some level of experience, then that's good, right? If I don't mention your skill, that does not mean it is irrelevant. I'm just telling here what are some of the important skills based on my experience that a software engineer should learn in 2026. So starting with number one, that is Java. Okay, so I'm going to get a lot of love from Java community. I hope so. So yeah, learning Java in 2026, it's evergreen language, right? It's still worth learning in 2026. How does JVM works? How does compiler work in Java? Basic OOPS concept, solid principle, right? Encapsulation, abstraction, if else, for loop. Learning Java is still worth in 2026. And once you are familiar with Java, you can pick up any framework like Spring Boot framework to create your backend services. And recently, I've heard about Spring AI framework, right? That is also something which is quite interesting to learn in 2026. So one of the skill to have in 2026 is learning Java. Like, I mean, if you see most of the job openings, right, guys? One of the primary skills they mention is you should know Java, you should know framework like Spring Boot, etc. Right? So Java is still worth learning in 2026. So that's number one. Coming back to the second skills that you should learn is you should be able to integrate LLM APIs into your application, right? You should be able to call LLM APIs, send your system prompt, and get back the response from the LLM. And you should be able to integrate the APIs. Now, here's the catch. Integrating REST endpoint into a web application, the complexity is not that much, right? I mean, it's not easy, I'll say, but it's not that difficult. Like the complexity level is somewhere between beginner to uh, intermediate level, right? So, what makes you stand out as an engineer? What makes you relevant in 2026 is how you make the token management efficient, right? See, guys, each API call that you're making to the cloud, right? The cost is involved there, right? How much token your single API is consuming, right? If you are somehow able to optimize that, right? Such that your API call is cost efficient as well as very fast, right? So if you have such kind of skills, that is really, really appreciate. It's really good to have in 2026. For example, instead of just making a API call, sending your system prompt, right? You can have some sort of pre-processing logic such that you only send the relevant content to the LLM, not the entire content, such that your input token is less. And you can also have some sort of post-processing logic, meaning you only ask LLM to do bare minimum thing for you, and rest your post-processing logic will handle, right? So that way your input token is less, your completion token is less, and your overall cost and inference time will also be less. So this is also a good skill to have. It's not just simple API integration I'm telling about, right? And if you're also just doing a REST API integration, in any backend framework, for example, if you're using Axios for REST API client, right? Or for making an LLM call, right? You should upgrade yourself, right? I mean, there are a lot of SDKs. One of them are released by Microsoft that is called Semantic Kernel, right? So how you use semantic kernel to make an OpenAI API call. So basically, semantic kernel is somewhere, it's kind of like a middle layer between your application and the OpenAI. You can do token management, authentication, proxy management, all those things. So you should be familiar with these kind of SDKs. One is semantic kernel. So this is the second skill to have to be good at in 2026. Now coming back to the third AI skill, guys. Okay, as a software engineer, you should be having some level of understanding of how machine learning works, what is neural network, what is backpropagation, what is epoch, what is weight. I'm not telling you to become a complete machine learning engineer as a software engineer, but basic understanding of machine learning, neural network at beginner level is something that is good to have in 2026. Okay, if you are completely trying to change the domain from software engineer to machine learning engineer, then you have to do a deep dive. But still, I feel as a software engineer, you should have some basic understanding of machine learning, neural networks, so that if these topics are getting discussed right in a meeting, you should not be able to, you should not blank out. So beginner level of understanding should be there. Okay, so that I will say. So this is the third skill I would recommend you guys to learn in 2026. Now coming back to the fourth skill, this is the last skill. I mean, there are a lot of skill, guys. I'm just whatever is coming in my mind, the tech stack that is important. I'm telling you guys. Okay. So the last one I will say is right now, most of the thing, right? If you right now in the seconds. Okay. So before I discuss the fourth skill, the in the second skill I told, right, there is a cost involved if you make any cloud API call, right? If you're using LLM, right? So in the fourth skill, how you can do an on-edge inferencing. That is something which is very relevant in 2026. If you can completely cut down the cost, if you completely avoid sending the user's data into the cloud and you are able to do the inferencing on edge, if you're someone who is able to do that, right? If you are able to create an application such that there is a on-device inferencing, that is something good skill to have in 2026. So one way to do that is you quantize the open source LLM model, you install it in the user's edge machine, and the inferencing is happening locally. No single API call is going to the cloud, right? So that there is a data privacy, the cost is less, the latency is less. So if you're kind of someone who's making such kind of applications, right? So it is something good skill to have in 2026. So right now, I feel these are some four skills you should have uh, mm, to be relevant in this AI era, guys. Okay, let me know what is your opinion in the comment section. I will definitely read and I'll reach out to you guys if possible. Okay, and if you want to connect with me on the LinkedIn, I'll give the account details, LinkedIn profile link in the description. So do reach out to me there as well. So that's it, guys, in this video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.